What is the greatest design fuck up of the human body? Anaphylaxis. Your body will choke itself to death in an attempt to protect itself. Your body will do anything to keep you alive, even if it kills you. For example, fevers. Your body has an infection, so your body heats itself up to 40 degrees in an attempt to kill the infection. But your body can't survive at 40 degrees. Edit. Celsius, not Fahrenheit, not Kelvin. Celsius. If you take me down in taking you do WN with me, kind of makes sense. Kill the bacteria for the good of the herd. Exactly what I thought. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. My memory fails me. Who said that? When faced with substances it doesn't like, the human body can do some mild and annoying things such as make watery eyes and a runny nose similar to a cold, or make uncomfortable hives on the skin, but it can also react severely and essentially close off its only method of breathing, causing suffocation. Worse, these substances can be literally almost anything, including water, the body's own sweat, certain foods, exposure to certain animals, and various plants, and they vary from one human to the next, based on a variety of factors. Also known as allergies are stupid and fucking suck. This is underrated. How are allergies, specifically anaphylactic or other severe allergies, helpful in evolution? Doesn't make sense to me, and all it does is render you helpless. It's a side effect of our aggressive immune system. Cuts and punctures that you wouldn't even go to a doctor for would be a death sentence for many animals. Yes, thank you. Autoimmune responses aren't the body trying to fix something, but going to extreme, such as a high fever. They are a full-on overreaction. I'm pretty sure humans could live without any allergies. There isn't a usefulness for mild allergies as there are for mild fevers or mild swelling. Autoimmunity isn't when the body goes to extremes reacting to something. A severe reaction to peanut or bee stings or something else that causes anaphylaxis is an immune reaction that is over the top. But that isn't an autoimmune issue, because the body is reacting to an outside substance. Autoimmunity is when your body develops antibodies against its own tissue. Auto equals self. So an autoimmune disorder is when your body attacks its own tissue like it is a foreign substance. My psoriasis really does feel like a form of self-punishment. Dunno, but I wish my tongue could clean my teeth like a toothbrush does. My tongue has some pretty epic showdowns with popcorn kernels. Strategic battle of wits. The worst moment of the day is when you know you have to brush your teeth, but no, you're already cuddled up in bed. Due to pregnancy sickness, I've spent the last 3 months vomiting almost daily, and the most common trigger, brushing my teeth. I'm going to be honest, I've skipped a few times because I just want to keep my food in my stomach. Just skip and use twice as much toothpaste the next time. It evens out. That's exactly how I'm right now, and I have to summon all my willpower to get up. I only half remember this, so hopefully someone can elaborate. Part of the human eye is arranged backwards. The optic nerve has to pass through it, which creates a blind spot. Some species have a more efficiently designed eye, where this part is facing forwards, so the optic nerve just plugs into the back of it. The retina, which has light sensing cells, is at the back of your eye. The retina gathers information based on the light falling on it, and then sends it to the optic nerve, which in turn carries the information to the brain. Ideally, the optic nerves should be completely behind the retina, so that the entire back end of your eye can be covered with light sensing cells. And while this is true for octopuses and squids, cephalopods, we humans were just sort of unlucky with evolution in this regard. For us humans, the optic nerves are in front, and the part where the optic nerve sort of bundles and goes into the brain is the blind spot. This image I saw on Show might explain better. We humans were just sort of unlucky with evolution in this regard. Our evolution isn't over though, we just became aware of ourselves in the middle of it and assumed we were finished. Evolution isn't a process that ends, and it isn't goal oriented. There is no such thing as less evolved or more evolved creatures. All creatures evolve as a result of random mutations, some of which are beneficial and some of which are detrimental. The vast majority are neutral and don't matter at all. Over time, the advantages and disadvantages of these mutations affect the odds of that creature reproducing. Thank you for this. There's so much misunderstanding about evolution by both its supporters and detractors. Tinnitus. Hearing loss, sure, but a lingering constant ringing? Fuck that. That shouldn't be possible. I have extremely loud tinnitus 24/7. It sucks my energy away like nothing else. Worst thing is I'll never get to enjoy silence in my life ever again. So do I. Going on 12 years now. Sometimes it changes pitch and sometimes it's a tiny bit quieter, but it's 24/7. I wear hearing aids too, and at night I have to take them out. Then I can't hear music or anything at night to try to block out the tinnitus. So I've learned to sleep with it. Wow, that sucks. I'm sorry for your situation. I'm sure I saw on BBC News a few years ago that there was a cure. Not sure if it was being developed or funding or something along those lines. But I thought they could do a lot more for it nowadays. I do research for tinnitus suppression. My lab is looking into electrically stimulating the auditory nerve to see if we can essentially zap the nerve back into normal function. That's awesome. I'm gonna need you to hurry that up, haha. The knees. For a body part that needs to endure so much stress, they are also very delicate. It's one of the most commonly injured body parts, and it doesn't seem to heal well without surgical intervention. Tear a meniscus? Probably going to need surgery to get part of it cut out, since most of the meniscus doesn't have a blood supply and can't heal itself. Our knees do so much and take a crap load of stress every day. Do one little thing wrong, or have one little thing not line up right, and you hurt for the rest of your life. They also affect our feet, hips and back when they don't work right. They are easy to destroy on our enemy. It's great that they are hinged, so we can walk and run and jump and crawl and all the other crap they allow us to do, but they are weak. After 14 years of constant pain and getting ready for my 8th knee surgery, I have days I wish my docs would cut my legs off above the knees and give me prosthetics. My pain scale starts at a 2. I will never see a 0 again in my life, and I'm not a candidate for a replacement. Damn, not a candidate for replacement? Reading your comment, this was the first thing I was going to suggest. My uncle just had his knee replaced and was walking up and down his driveway a week after surgery. Have you gotten multiple opinions? Usually a meniscus replacement candidate is relatively active, young, and at a healthy weight. When I had my first knee surgery at 18, they offered to replace it. They didn't offer it for the second one at 26, because I only met 2 out of the 3 requirements, respectively. May I ask why you didn't have it replaced during your first surgery when they offered? But one that stood out to me is when my professor said we are terrible at detecting oxygen levels. Also, I think this is more evolutionary, but the fact that we respond to psychological problems with the flight or fight response. It's like we can't tell the difference. Body is just like, stress. Have some cortisol. Let's go. Body gets me ready to fight a tiger, but I just need to do my homework. Better yet, if you have an anxiety disorder of any kind, the brain is fighting tigers 24/7. We laugh about this now, but when those raging tigers finally show up, I'll be able to run a very short distance as depression caused me to overeat, and I'll probably in turn be eaten by the tigers. Remember, you don't have to be the fastest, just carry a tire iron and Nancy Kerrigan someone else, and you should be fine. And Nancy Kerrigan someone else. I honestly had forgotten all about this. My folks were really big into ice skating when it happened, so it was an extra special big deal. Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan were household names for a while, and poor Christy Yamaguchi got forgotten after all the drama. They made a movie about this recently, it's really good. The saying goes, you don't need to be faster than the tiger, just your friend.